Hello there. It's the second time that I'm recording this video, but I'm here to talk about what I was talking before in the last video that I made. That is time and my language learning process and all this correlated stuff. Um, I recorded the video talking about my idea of creating a early morning plan for rescue my language learning from the death. And I should say that it didn't work. I'm not doing it at all. And I don't know what I can't see myself doing that every single day properly. Because nowadays I'm feeling bored because I have so many things to do, and that feeling is not great. You should be feeling useful and feeling that your life has meaning because you are doing a thing that you like, or a thing that has meaning into it. But if you are doing a lot of different things without necessarily following a strict goal, your life can be, um, conversely to meaningful, can be completely unsure and even meaningless because you are doing so many things at the same time that in some point you can't properly do anything productive because you are doing so many things that in this point you just can't. You just can't hold to have 5,000 hobbies while you are working on 300 adjacent projects. You can't. And I'm passing through this now. I feel that somehow I'm neglecting myself and neglecting the actions that I should be doing. Um, but somehow still I think that in this age of consumption and in this age of easy and free content in the internet, we are like we are almost uh, designed to consume and to don't think. And more than that, I'm not talking about strictly a problem of being a cattle and just, follow rules that they put to you. I'm talking about uh, we as intellectual persons, or we are like human beings. We can see a lot of things now that we couldn't see without the internet. um, all the humanity has this type of connection now that is globalized, and we are so intrinsically globalized that all the information in the world is somehow connected, but not in a very uh, healthy way, in a very weird one. We have so many problems with digital and, um, I could say, even like not within the internet itself. So many problems that are exists because of it, that nowadays we just uh, cannot properly see a health word. I know that, just make a parenthesis here, that all that I'm talking about is not very um, clear, and I'm just mixing some words up. I hope that you guys are understand at least the vibe that I'm trying to pass, because getting back to the point, the problem is that I'm doing so many things in, in a so short period of time that it's making me getting worried. And you know, with when you are a high schooler as I am, you feel this constant pressure into your brain and into yourself as an academical being, that you must have good results, uh, like in every single situation you must get the best notes, the best grades ever. And I am also involved with other research projects, with other projects, I mean, and they are research ones. And that's just crazy how the pressure of the system could influence a person, and more specifically a student. And I, f- I feel that the feeling of it is not very expressed in words, you know. I feel that we can't properly express it in words. There's all those things that we have, that we feel as a high school student, and more specifically as doing so many projects adjacent to it. um, Surely there is out there, there are out there a lot of people who are more, mm, who has who has no time at all, and that probably is in a more dangerous and more uh, harsh situation than I'm sure that that's a fact, but it's not necessarily the time that you invest into the projects and into your academical life that makes it sometimes very harsh and very uh, and that puts pressure on you. I think that is not the time that you invest into it. It's more about the pressure itself, you know, about this feeling of that you must do that, you must utilize every single second of your day uh, to this project. Oh, it's really like that. A thing that I realize over the years, and that I see all the people who are teaching something doing, is that they want to make their students addicted to the thing that he or she is teaching. Because if you are seeing, let's say, mathematician teacher, and you ask for him or for she, or for her, I mean, and you ask for uh, an advice to properly study math, probably the teacher will say, oh, you need to study for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours math, and grab a book and study it. Or at least he or she, again, will try to uh, convince you that what the teacher is talking about, what he is talking about, is a good thing, you know. And the teachers and the people who teach in general will try to convince you this. It's it's their obligation. I'm not complaining about it. I'm not saying that the teacher are wrong or the teacher are wrong. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that all people who has interest in some topic and who teaches that topic will try to convincing you that the topic and the thing that is being taught is a really good thing to do, and you need to do so. But when you see this in so many uh, things, so many different things. Like if you heard this from your math teacher and you of your uh, history teacher and your geography teacher and your chemistry teacher or whatever, you listen all of them. Oh, you know, if you wanna be really good at math, you need to study 4 hours a day. If you wanted to be a really good at history, you need to study 2 hours a day. If you we really want to be good in English, you should do a real immersion and be in the language all day, you know, talking English, thinking English, note down the words in English, and every single thing that you do in your life should be in English. And, you know, talk with your dog in English, study grammar, study through Anki, and so many things that they say in this way, you know, like them try to convince you that that's a good thing. And they're not wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm giving loops into the same argument. But what I'm trying to say is that sometimes you can be overwhelmed for so many type of person and so many persons properly talking you to do that or this. Indeed, it is a very overwhelmed situation in most of the cases, because you will see a lot of uh, people saying different things, and sometimes you want to follow their advices and, you know, be a best English speaker and a best English student, a best math student, a best story history student, a best geography student, all those things that you could have possibly some interest in, some academical interest in, or at least some personal interesting to study it, even study or practice it. They want to make you your life as that thing, and not use that thing in your life. You know, for example, sometimes there is some teacher. Let's say math. You know, some math teacher who wants to make your life math and not math your life. You know what I mean? Because uh, they want to make you part of what you're trying to learn, and not what you're trying to learn part of who you are, and your knowledge and your mind and your soul. They want to take you and put you in um, this state of mind that all your seconds or your life is devoutly invested in that specific thing, but you have some will. We as a human, it's almost impossible that we live without desiring something. It's almost impossible that we can survive and breath this air without an ambition, without a passion for something. And that's the whole point. It's almost impossible. And what the people will try to argue, argue. I can't say this word, but what people you try to say is that you should follow their advice, and make your life that thing. And don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about all the people, I'm talking about a very specific group of people, and more specifically about this type of argument and this type of idea that your life should be devoted to the thing that you want to learn, but actually, it isn't that simple. Um, all those words I'm with all those words in this journal, after all, this is a journal, right? It's my daily journal, which is far, really far from being daily, but it's my journal after all. With all these words, I'm trying to express this feeling of overwhelming, and pressured by the society and the system itself. Not, I'm not talking about society and system as very specific things, or trying to blame others for my fault is not my goal. I'm not trying to make this video to make an excuse for myself so I could blame other people. No, that's not my goal at all. My goal is really express this feeling of overwhelm, overwhelming, because the system is the way that is. Uh, I have so many opportunities in my life, and those opportunities help me know who I am and know who my life, like, know who I want to be. And all those opportunities are something that most part of my family didn't have. I'm a high school student, but for example, some part of my family never uh, never went to high school. you know and that's a thing that I'm really thinking about. I have this opportunity, I have the opportunity to do so. I'm frequenting the high school. I have the this is almost an utopia for uh, some people. Some people really want to go to high school, and even when they are like in the elementary school, they think, oh, how would be great to go to the high school. And I agree, it's it's a very good thing. You feel that you are doing progress in your academic life. But I'm involved in so many extracurricular projects that I'm feeling overwhelmed, and that me that makes me rethink uh, about the society itself, and the this educational system, and this idea of education. I have so many opportunities. I study math, I study philosophy, I study so many things besides the high school normal um, subjects in my school. I have so many opportunities, but at the same time, I feel that uh, there is a pressure smashing me and crushing my bones, to be very exaggerated in my speech right now. Um, about the language learn, that was the first intention of this video after all. I want just simply to say that I feel that my English has improved. Although I'm not studying it properly, although I'm not reading and listening and writing and speaking of the or the core skills, although I'm not doing that daily, I'm trying to. have some contact with English. So if I watching a bunch of English content, is that why what I most do? I have some friends that I'm talk just in English because they don't understand Portuguese, so I'm forced to talk in English with them if I want to be understood and if I want to talk with them properly. So I'm forced to use English. And for example, I'm reading some books here, and I'm trying to have this contact with at least a minimum contact with the language. And I will tell you, wait, I will tell you that I feel that my English has improved, at least in somehow, at least my speaking is somehow better in some aspect. My accent is not perfect. My pronunciation sometimes is awful. My vocabulary sometimes is disgusting. But I feel that I can communicate myself and that I can at least try to express myself. And that's what I'm feeling um, recently, and that's make me feel this uh, feeling of relief. I'm feeling relief by the fact that my English has improved a bit, though I'm not properly studying it. It's a weird thing, isn't the way that the language works. I feel that English has become really a second nature. It really is now a part of my identity. I I cannot see myself don't talking in English anymore. In the sense of English is already a very very deep part of who I am. English is like a second nature. I have the nature of my native language, my native um, language is Portuguese, as I said so many times, but I still have this Portuguese vibe and this Portuguese soul, if that makes sense. But I think that this second nature has evolved, and now I have the English with the as this aspect of who I am, and I want to learn other language too, but for now I can't. I really can't. It is simply uh, undoable. I, it's almost an utopia to imagine that I could learn another language nowadays, following a strict rule. There's um, even I'm not studying English properly, so I can't go dive into another language. Although next year I will learn French. Not all the French. I mean, I will start learning French because I want to watch a bunch of content. I want to use comprehensive input method because it's a method that I know that I can follow through. That it will make me want to follow through. My big problem with all the other methods out there is that I have no will to follow and that I don't follow at all. And sometimes I think that it's because of my laziness, but nowadays it's not by my laziness, it's because I really have no time. And sometimes I feel that it's about it's very related with my uh, lack of organization. So I want to organize my life. I really need so, uh, and I don't want to get crazy. I don't want to have neural collapse. I want to stay alive and with a great life. So for do this, I really need to organize my life. My language learn, my language learn process. I shall not stop for now. You know, I have no desire to stop to learn language. It's a hobby that I have, and that I feel that's part of who I am, or at least it's part of the activities that I do. Uh, Learning a foreigner language is more than simply um, it is more than simply a hobby. I mean, it is a hobby, but it's deeply connected with my vision of the world. But it isn't a joke, you know. For me, language learning, it isn't a joke. Um, Although my accent seems a joke, uh, I'm trying to deliberately think about what I'm trying to say, because you see, I watch a bunch of American content. So when I'm trying to talk, I will just probably talk with somehow Brazilianish, Americanish accent. But my desired accent is the British one. So I try to put some words, some pronunciation of words that I had consumed and that I had studied in my conversation. But you see, I, I normally tend to talk with an American accent, but I went to the British one, so that's it. So this video is pretty long right now. I'm just uh, talking here without a purpose properly. I'm doing that first because uh, I want to, and just want to record a video for you guys. Secondly, because I need to practice my speaking, and that's a way to practice it. Uh, I think that my problem is not the flowing. What I'm most suffering from is first my accent that I want to improve, but I will not improve that now. I can't. Second, my vocabulary that is somehow limited for some very specific subjects that I need to talk, and that's what I want to have in mind. So as I was saying, this video is pretty long, but I hope that you guys could enjoy it, um, and I enjoy it to talk here. It is quite like a journal. Um, just come here and record this video to share my thoughts about some specific aspect. Um, that's it for today. See you guys later, probably. And that's it. Bye.